arson case found not guilty of burning down the East Side landmark.
It's been 2.5 years since the popular restaurant went up in flames. Shelley Walcott is live outside the federal courthouse.
And Shelley, what was your reaction to the verdict?
Well, there was a huge reaction in the courtroom. It was very emotional. Lots of supporters of 28-year-old Faraz Rahman were there. He was found not guilty on all arson charges related to the Pizza Man fire. He was, however, found guilty of lying to law enforcement, and he spoke to reporters outside the federal courthouse about an hour ago. A joyous Faraz Rahman spoke to reporters outside the federal courthouse shortly after the verdict. Not guilty on all arson counts related to the Pizza Man fire.
Well, I've been trying to overcome this thing for over 2.5 years now since the fire. It's just that I've always been a victim, but then I was also treated as a suspect, and that really does hurt when, you know, you're a victim and you're also being treated for burning your own place down.
Rahman, who owned the Black and White Cafe next to Pizza Man, was found guilty of lying to law enforcement, which carries a penalty of up to 5 years in prison. Still, his attorneys are happy with today's verdict.
It was clear for us neither had a motive, and he was at home during the time of the fire. Not guilty was the only way the jury could reach a verdict in this case.
We also spoke to Pizza Man's former owner, Mike Amazich, who said losing Pizza Man was devastating.
I just couldn't talk. I would be, I would just be crying and emotional. In fact, I dropped a tear or two on the stand.
It took a toll on his health and his marriage. He and his wife, Deanna, are getting a divorce.
And has the stress of this caused your marriage to break up?
Well, we're getting a divorce, which is not a nice thing. I believe the restaurant had a portion to do with that.
And again, Faraz Rahman not guilty on all arson charges related to the Pizza Man fire. He was found guilty of lying to law enforcement. That carries a penalty of up to 5 years. Sentencing will be on August 31st. On your side, live at the federal courthouse, I'm Shelley Walcott, today's TMJ4.
Shelley, thank you very much.